Now I know I do a lot of food, but I also want to do photography and anime and cosplay shoots and events around Vancouver. I just want to explore, so settle in and come along with me to another Panda adventure. So next week I'll actually be going to my first Fan Expo, which is a convention that features sci-fi, comic books, anime, and all things nerdy. And there are so many celebrities that are going to be there, and in preparation for filming such a nerdy event, I decided to do a cosplay shoot a week prior, just to prepare myself a little bit, you know? Hello Panda fam. So today we are going to be doing a cosplay shoot. That's gonna be interesting. I don't usually typically talk to the camera, so this is all very different. We're actually with nobody right now. We're waiting for her. She's running a little bit late. This is gonna be super fun. I'm also trying the Jesus Christ. I'm also trying the GoPro 13. This is gonna be interesting. I've never had a camera of this sort. We're gonna see how the audio is, how the filming is, the image quality. So that's gonna be really interesting as well. I actually met this friend at Anime Revo in 2024, and she was super sweet, so I decided to hit her up for a photo shoot. It had been a while since I took portraits, so I was a little nervous, plus cosplay isn't exactly my main type of photography. But she was really patient and nice, and I have to thank her for that. When she arrived, we went to our first location. As per usual in Vancouver, it was cold as all hell. It was a bit of a sketchy looking bridge that we went to. I really know how to make a good impression. Take your new friends to a sketchy looking bridge and hope that they don't think you're crazy. Now on a separate note, as you can tell, my GoPro Hero 13 is quite grainy in the dark, and even with a light attachment, it really doesn't help much. I was hoping with some brighter lights later, some of the noise would ease up. What do you think is sketchier? Like Surrey or Vancouver?
That's hard. That's really hard. I think it depends what area.
Valid?
Maybe Surrey, I'm not gonna lie.
Now the sound recording wasn't actually too awful. When I was in the car, where the environment was controlled, it was pretty solid. Outside, where it was windy, my model was facing the other way, I was behind it, and honestly, it still caught the whole conversation. Not too shabby. Now we finally dragged our asses onto the bridge. It took a while because it's a bit windy going up. And by the way, if there are any locations you see here and you want to know where it is, drop me a comment, and I'll privately DM you. Even with the lighting, the grain was still pretty heavy, but I think it may have been my fault, as I didn't learn to adjust for the ISO and shutter speed yet. I'm still learning to use this specific camera after all, but the colors are gorgeous. They come out so nice. Now let's give the footage a little edit and see what we can do. Now for the photos, I changed the camera to the Sony a7 III. The photo image came out crisp as fuck. I really loved the colors and there was no noise. Oh god, it was so nice to take a break from all the noise. After the bridge, we hit up a spot for a small snack. And of course we took some time to shoot a couple of quick pictures too. It's also nice to have some sit down time to chat and get to know one another. I chose a small diner in East Van. Back in the day, the spot was quite well known, and everyone would come here after a night of drinks. I also just love old school diners. They have such an amazing vibe. This diner provided a quiet spot for us to talk, some bomb-ass onion rings to nibble on, and a great backdrop to play with.
Okay, wait, what do you want me to say?
Okay, so what character are you cosplaying?
I'm Mikhaila Yakuya from Syrup of the End.
Hey. Why'd you pick this character?
I like a queer, I don't know. I like queers. He's a very important character to me because he was like my favorite character for years, especially when I was getting into anime. Like, he's just like my favorite character ever because, like, I don't know, he's an emo vampire who's depressed. Me too.
He's a queer emo vampire?
Yeah.
You don't hear that, or?
That's like three main things I need in media.
I chose a more saturated color palette here to contrast with my previous photos, but I might actually go back and edit it a little bit darker to match the vibrance of my pessimistic soul. We headed out to one more location, and if you're from Greater Vancouver, you probably already know where this is. And now that we're by the water, we were even more cold than before, so we had to make this really quick. We were taking photos on a small platform surrounded by water, and it was dark as all hell. The positions and poses we could do were quite limited, but it was still a very fun experience. The whole photo shoot process felt so novel again. I've had so many photo shoots in the past, but it had been so long since doing a portrait shoot, and it was so nice to get to know a new friend. The whole process was super reinvigorating. And of course, here are some photos from this location. Thank you so much for tuning in. By the time this comes out, Fan Expo has probably come and gone, but I'll try to put out that video as soon as possible. I'll be trying out different types of content, so please bear with me. Of course, if you like this video, comment, subscribe, and give me that old thumbs up. Thanks, Panda Fam.